Hi, I'm Peter Rousolnelos with Streamline Ag. I'm here to talk to you about Residue Release. And Residue Release is a product that we utilize to break down residue in no-till situations, but not only no-till, but actually in all tillage situations. It provides value. As you see, I'm holding some corn stalks here. This is just an example, an illustration of what we're after. When we look at these corn stalks, we're after the inside. We're wanting to break down this pith inside and get that broke down to create available nutrition for this next crop. And the hardest part about most products, when you look at most products, and you think about a lot of products in this space, why the efficacy is not as high as guys have used them. They say, I've used this before, I've done a lot of products in this space. What makes Residue Release really unique is the carrier system that we call Microbiz. Microbiz is what breaks through the exterior wall here of your residue that's really hard, that hard lignin to get through, and it penetrates that outer wall so that we get to the interior and get to that pith and start breaking down that interior, that residue, so that we drive nutrition availability for that next year's crop, break it down, increasing seed to soil contact, better emergence, and all the other benefits we get when we reduce that residue pile out in that field. So that's one major component. Microbiz, that carrier system, is what drives that biology into that residue and makes it go to work. Now, if you're not utilizing corn and you're following soybeans or following wheat or any other crop, it'll have value because you'll see it reduce that mat. So a lot of times in high yield soybeans, we'll see a mat of residue out there and we get that wavy corn. We'll get rid of that wavy corn and reduce that mat. In a lot of the cover crop situations, if you're terminating cover crop, the Residue Release is a phenomenal tool to add in during termination, because during that termination time we'll actually get a really good kill, help that chemistry because of the carrier system that is Microbiz, and the fact that we'll reduce that mat and increase nutrient availability for this year's season. On that note, what I like to talk about when it comes to the value of Residue Release beyond no-till, because we talk a lot about no-till, we talk a lot about terminating cover crop. What about the guys that are doing conventional till or in general? What if I go out and I can't get it done in the fall and I'm going to go out in the spring? The big thing here to recall is we talk a lot about biology as fertility, and that biology is required to unlock and utilize the fertility that's in the field. A lot of the fertility that we have, this stover, this residue that I'm holding here, has a lot of value in nutrients. And so how do we capture and use those nutrients in season? Some will say, I'll get it sooner or later. Well, I'm after the sooner. When we look at sooner, the value of sooner is to close that window so that we use those nutrients in season. I call it much like a side dress trip. So if we can apply Residue Release in the fall or in the spring or in a timely manner following the next crop prior to the following crop, we can see value, we will see value in increased nutrient availability from that residue and increased nutrient uptake into the plant. So from a fertilizer spend, I call this a lot of times a fertilizer spend. As you'll see here, we talk about the tillage. There's some data here that talks about that. We've tested this product in no-till, in chiseled situations, minimal till situations, and what you'll find, even in a high yield environment, you'll find that we get significant increases in yield, and it's because we've basically taken that nutrition, taken that residue and broken into plant available nutrition. The nutrition that comes out of residue is 3 times more efficient than our traditional fertilizers, our commercial fertilizers. So that nutrition we want available to this crop, and that's why you want to use Residue Release in front of your next crop this next season.